come back to now, there's a lot more people doing that job. So from that standpoint, I don't feel threatened at all. I can guarantee I have one of the best jobs in the world right now, and next year I won't. So that part's a little sad, but I'll get over that.
Well, see, from my perspective, I think Moses has the second best job in the world.
I just one of the best.
I have the best, and we're gonna fly this out. We're gonna play the game to the end, as I said the other day, and I wish everybody else, great luck. And it's a challenging business, and if they need some help, maybe they'll come ask a few questions.
We have a question in the front row.
Jim Siegel, Celebration Independent Newspaper. We were here a couple of months ago for the test launch of Ares. What's going to happen to all of that equipment, all of the work, all of the materials that have been developed up till now? Are they going to go in the Smithsonian or what?
We're still going through the process now of figuring out what we want to do with the budget we've got and how we want to move forward with the program. They have a preliminary design review for all their hardware that's scheduled here fairly soon, and I think the idea was to go ahead and at least complete that design review, because that's a good milestone to get all that work documented, get all that activity cataloged and understood, and then that's available then if we want to pick back up in the later, or it could be used for even other programs, and it could be available even to some of the commercial folks that we talked about here. So we'll take maximum advantage of what we got. We've got a lot of time to kind of plan what we want to do next, and we'll be working that over the next several months to figure out exactly what we do with the equipment, hardware, and process. Can we use them in some other ways? Can we do some other things, gain some information from them? Can we make them available to other folks that are doing activities that will help them go ahead and advance? So we got plenty of time to go work it, and we'll do the right thing once we figure out exactly where things are headed in the next couple of months.
Pat Duggins again, Alabama Public Radio. Building on that, and this is really looking down the road. I recall there was some sorrow on the part of some NASA astronauts that when the Mir space station was deorbited, there was no way to bring any of it back to put in the Smithsonian or whatever like that. And ISS obviously has got some life left in it. But before the final shuttle mission goes, has any thought been given to bringing back anything from it, bits, pieces that could wind up for the public to see?
I don't think there's any thought really of bringing back any pieces. The big thing the shuttle does allows us to return scientific research activities, and we'll continue to bring back a lot of stuff on those last missions of the shuttle for that fact. But I don't think there's no intent of changing the major configuration of station. We've kind of got the flights laid out. We know what supplies we need to take up. We know what components need to be there, and as Jean-Jacques said, our challenge now is we have this great 10-year window that we can look at. So now we can really plan how we want to utilize the space station. So before, we thought of space station predominantly maybe as a research facility for scientific activities. We now know that the station can be used to do Earth observation, for example. There's a spectrometer on space station now that actually imaged Haiti and got some pictures of the Haiti disaster. It was able to look at the coastal water off the coast of Haiti in a multispectral sense. It'll provide some information for folks. So station can be used for Earth observation. It can also be used very much as an engineering test bed. There's been a lot of talk about cryogenic depots where we would store fuel on orbit. We could go ahead and do some demonstrations, actually store fuel on orbit. There's lots of talk about new thrusters, ion thrusters, other types of propulsion that can also be tested on space station. So now is the chance for this next period to actually think how we can operate station and learn as much as we can and put together real intricate plans. And we can also do it internationally, which is another unique aspect. So if our researchers have common interests with Europeans, we can jointly come together with their resources and ours to actually go utilize stations. So instead of worrying about what we're going to bring back, I think Jean-Jacques and I think about 10 years and how can we get the teams to maximize the usage out of this 10 years and really bring some value out of the station, because it can be a game changer. It can teach us how to use the unique aspects of space for the benefit of all of us here, and that's what we want to do over these next couple of years.
Hi, Ken Kramer again. First, I just want to say congratulations and thank you for your professionalism, your hard work, and a wonderful experience for this night launch. For Mr. Rodin, I'd like to follow up on the ATV. Now, you indicated that you may well make more of them. With the extension of the space station, you've discussed modifying it. So does this give you now more incentive to modify ATV for down mass? as well as perhaps make a manned capsule out of it, since NASA will not have a way to reach the station with a manned capsule anymore? And what's the prospect for the Soyuz down in South America, using that as a manned launcher?
Okay, there are several questions. Okay, I shall try. Maybe to complete what I said before, because I would like to recall that the flight of Roberto Vittori is a flight of the Italian Space Agency. We are providing an ESA astronaut, but this is in the framework of the Italian Space Agency NASA Corporation. But coming back to your to your question, I must say that as Bill was saying, the space shuttle, the last shuttle flights will be used to bring back as much as possible of scientific payload, and this is just a fact that when the shuttle is retired, the download capabilities, the Russians, they are providing a lot of upload, including crew, but download, it's only for the crew, not for the cargo. This is on the Russian side. Now, obviously, the commercial services, there are plans for that, but as you said, we are today making a detailed definition of a modification of the ATV to modify the ATV and try to develop cargo download capability with the ATV, and that this is something that we have to discuss among the partners. Obviously, what I would like is that these cargo download capabilities that Europe could develop is required by all partners. It cannot be just a cargo download capabilities to satisfy the European requirements. So this is one of the many topics that I would like to discuss among the partners, is that which are the cargo download capabilities that we have in front of us for the next 10 years. And again, extending to 10 years gives the perspective for that. And if we conclude collectively, the 5 partners, that there is room for an interest, common interest, for a cargo return capability developed in Europe, I think that after that I have just to convince the member states of ESA. But the starting point is to have from all partners a requirement for cargo download capability. And this is the type of discussion that I would like to have among the partners. And this is what I have called many times a common transportation policy, to see if we can agree on which are the requirements that we have in front of us, which are the assets that each partner have, and how we can optimize the use of the assets that each partner can bring to the transportation requirements. And this includes also standard interface. We have not yet standard interface among the partners. Just to say that the ATV can only dock to a Russian docking port, I must say that this is a limitation. Because let's assume that for whatever reason the Russian docking port is not available. It's a pity to have an ATV not able to be docked to another docking port. So standard interface is also very important. So this is the interest of having a 10 years perspective, because we can be, as I said, much smarter to see how we can better use the space station in the next 10 years. And any progress that we would make together to better use the space station is a progress that we shall make for exploration also, because any progress that which is made there is a step towards a common exploration. So this is and that we have the definition studies of the cargo return vehicle. For what concerns crew transport, we have no plan for the time being, and there is no plan for what the Soyuz is concerned from French Guiana. The Soyuz in French Guiana is only for satellites. Obviously, when we because the launch pad is now almost ready for the first launch to take place this year.